Hello, everyone. Following the unexpected moves of Thursday and Friday, I have a slight feeling I'm back in the flow with the market. This weekend, what I expected was following the France attacks was for futures to open significantly lower, us to rally throughout the future session, and then I thought we were going to gap higher, but I fell asleep and whatever time I did, and then before the United States market opened, futures were back slightly lower, so that I wasn't expecting. However, the day's trading session couldn't have been any better. Opening near the lows, finishing near the highs on the Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange. The Russell 2000 kind of lagged, being up only 0.83%, but I don't mind with the Nasdaq being up 1.15% and the Nasdaq 100 being up 1.41%. Nasdaq 100 is still above the 5200-day moving average, and all the other indexes reclaimed important moving averages that they eclipsed on Friday. So that's a good sign that there wasn't any follow through. So the Nasdaq doesn't look great, doesn't look good, but we're back into a neutral condition following that move on Friday, and we're still under a neutral condition. But I tell you what, it's really good to see that we just didn't continue to sell off immediately. And you see the Dow Jones Industrial Average actually rallied on above average volume today and higher volume, finding support at the 50-day moving average. So, there is some slight hope out there, hope for the bulls, that what we saw on Thursday and Friday was what I perceive it to be. I really do. I don't think it was due to the interest rate talks out there or the bad retail numbers that came through. I really don't think that that's what caused the market to go down. The market is smarter than you or I. It's impossible to predict. The only thing that can predict the future that I've ever seen in my life is price. And I really believe that the market was pricing in those Paris attacks on Thursday, Friday. You don't know. There could have been intelligence going about between high level officials that knew that an attack was imminent, like the Iraqi guys say that they warned France that something was coming, and that gets put into the market, and then you get what we saw Thursday, Friday, leading then to the attacks in France on, Friday after the bell. So the market is smarter than you or I. It knows where it wants to go. We don't. And no matter what amount of predicting you do, it's futile because you just don't need to do it. And as long as humans try to predict the future, I'll make money in the now using price, because price, it's already discounting all of that. So for now, things look okay. It's not that bad. It's not that great. Sadly, got taken out of some more longs early in the morning. Not too many, about a handful, and that combined with Friday, oh God, it sucks. Lost some of my position. But by the end of the day basis, there were still some weak stocks. DSS is a speculative name. It's not even a good name. It's closing below the 50-day moving average on above average volume, so that's a done. That's a full sell. So 0.2099 is my final sell stop. I have been keeping it at 0.2000, but it's 0.20999 now, and I'll be taking out of the entire position of DSS. But who cares? It's done and it's cheap. ONE is closing below the 20-day moving average. I know it's doing it on lower volume with a big surge in BOP today, but that followed yesterday's bad reversal on heavy volume. So I'm combining those 2-day actions with the 20-day moving average clip to put for a 50% sell signal on an end-of-day basis. So that means 286 now is the first sell stop level, and these lows are the final sell stop level on ONE. And also ELNK, unfortunately, I brought my stop on this one to break even. I really didn't want to see it move below 873, and sadly intraday it moved below 873. So I'm all out of ELNK. However, on an end-of-day basis, it's only a 50% sell signal. First sell stop goes below today's low day, 866, and the final sell stop in the entire position should still be 827. I tried to be too cute, and now I'm all out. So ELNK, 50% sell. And then STMP, 50% sell signal. First sell stop was below 96.15. Final sell stop 91.06. It's closing below 96.15 at 95.44. So STMP on above average volume. So STMP is a 50% sell. And then BYD is closing below the 20-day moving average on above average volume, losing its green BOP. That's a 50% sell. But besides that, everything else holding up well, rallying higher. Everything looks good. Some stocks look like they're coiled for a breakout. Are long NHTC. I flagged Cray. Look at this chart pattern. So you know this is what I'm watching. BMA continue to break out today. LG&D is a perfect speculator stock that if it can break out above those 102.76, that 102.76 level, I would like to get long LG&D. ORBK off the lows, you know, so there were some good moves. OA was a perfect speculator stock that I've been watching to get long, but it made too big of a move today. Maybe it can consolidate for a few days, give me another pocket pivot point signal, be good. But for us this evening, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long signals total, 3 new, 2 ads. We'll go over the ads first. STZ, Constellation Brands, cancel quality stock, producing a pocket pivot point signal with a surge in volume and BOP today. That's going to be a 1% ad, no more, no less. Market still under neutral. Don't want to do anything. Was not confirmed in any other scan. Speculative loan, very speculative, but not as risky as some of the other names, you know. So it's okay to go ahead and go larger. You just want to make sure you use limit orders only on this because of how thin volume is. But loan is giving an ad signal. It's a CanSlim quality stock. It's a 1% ad signal. And I know it's weird that a $4 stock is getting 1%, the same amount that a $135 stock is, but that's the way that a rule works with a CanSlim quality name. If loan was not CanSlim quality, it would be a 0.5% ad. If we're in a stronger market, it would be a 1% ad, and STZ would be 2%. But in this market, I'm treating everything the same because I don't know what the hell market wants to do. And I know that I like both patterns, but I like both patterns in only a 1% manner. Hell, guys, wish it was a 5% long signal. We even wish more it was a 10% long signal. God forbid we ever get a 20% long signal again. I have a feeling that we're not going to see one of those ever again. Hopefully we will. Doubt it, though. It would have to be CanSlim, perfect chart, and confirmed in a ton of scans. So I don't know if that's, and a perfect speculator stock. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen again, but we'll see. But 1% in both of those. Now getting to the new longs, finally, Inflex. Wanted to get long this name back here. Thought I had too big of a move in one day, was regretting it for a day, but now I've got an ad signal. Pocket pivot point signal, small surge in volume, small surge in BOP, but there's a surge nonetheless with that pocket pivot point signal, and my risk is greatly reduced as I know I move below 2057, and this signal is wrong. But Inflex, beautiful long signal here. It's a CanSlim quality stock, so 2%. Beautiful, 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 low risk. Then there's LMAT. LMAT, also CanSlim quality stock. Thinner, you know, it's not the same thing. Inflex, you know, this is a better technical pattern overall, but LMAT is a stronger technical pattern because it's closer to new 52-week highs. Bouncing right off the 50-day moving average, pocket pivot point signal, surge in BOP, surge in volume. BOP goes to green, the green level, volume is above average. And our risk is very low if we're wrong. I mean, this is coiled right at the 50-day moving average. So LMAT is technically better than Inflex, but Inflex has a better overall technical pattern following the 2015 lows. So they're both really good. And then the final long signal is Chef. Now, Chef is a recent earnings winner, and it was also confirmed in my Max Green BOP for 5 days scan. However, when I was initially going through the CanSlim stock scan, I only flagged it. Only once it was in the Max Green BOP for 5 days scan did it become a new long. So because of this market, normally what it would do is be 2% CanSlim, 1% for being a BOP, 1% for being an earnings winner for a total of 4%. I can't do that. I'm just going to keep it 2%. Now, if I would initially have seen this in the CanSlim scan and would have named it a long position, then that'd be a long, 2% Chef. Then 0.5% for BOP, then 0.5% for being an earnings winner for a total of 3%. But since I only flagged it and did not say, oh, I got to get long this stock following my initial CanSlim scan, it's just going to remain 2% for being in the CanSlim scan. And it's nice that it was confirmed in the BOP, and it's nice that it's an earnings winner. But like I said, if it wouldn't have been confirmed in that BOP scan, this wouldn't even be a new long. All right, everyone. Market still under neutral condition. Excellent bounce today, but we will have to see follow through for me to have any conviction that what we saw last week was just a short-term pullback and the market's ready to rally higher. Looking at the oscillators, there's still a lot of room for the MACD and TSV to go. There's still a lot of room for our science stochastics to go if it wants to move lower. So we're not out of the woods yet.